Good news! Ferrari's V12 lives on, and it is with this, the all-new V12 Grand Tourer, the Ferrari 12Cilindri, which literally means 12 cylinders. And it comes in the form of Berlinetta and also Spider.
The introduction of the 812 Superfast replacement is an important milestone for Ferrari, and to have both Coupe and Spider launch at the same time, it is a big news. The V12 engine is etched in Ferrari's DNA since day one, so keeping the V12 going, well alive, and yet relevant in this ever-difficult age of restrictions and regulations means a lot to them. So Maranello is paying tribute through its name. It is a naturally aspirated 12Cilindri, no less. And from the looks of it, the V12 is here to stay. So what you're looking here is a proper purebred front-engine rear-wheel drive V12 Grand Tourer built on a completely new platform. And Ferrari says it sits right smack in the middle of the spectrum with comfort on one end and performance on the other end of their product lineup.
It is unlike what you've seen before in the 812 Superfast because Ferrari has moved on from aggression to modernity with aeronautical sci-fi concepts. Yep, so think Star Wars. And at the same time, it is the brand's essence. It pays homage to Ferrari's design in the 60s and 50s. The front has the 365 or Daytona look with this black panel that connects both headlights together. At the same time, it wraps around the car, giving it a more complete look. And of course, you wouldn't miss this really massive hood here with the dual air outlet to cool the engine. And to make it visually shorter and smaller, they have this black panel at the top and of course the one at the front as well.
Speaking of massiveness, it is significantly larger as compared to the Superfast, 76mm longer, 205mm wider, 16mm taller, but 20mm shorter in wheelbase to improve responsiveness. It has put on 35 kilograms of weight thanks to more new features. The Spider, on the other hand, is 60 kilograms heavier than the Coupe due to the roof mechanism. To have wind in the hair and looking good, it is a small trade-off if you ask me.
As you can see here, there's the silver accent that runs from DRL all the way to the fender over here with the outlet to relieve the pressure in the wheel arch. And along the sides, there is this very unique character line design which Ferrari calls it wedge-like. So it gives it a very unique and characterful side profile. My favorite part has to be this area. It's so clean and smooth towards the end. And Ferrari calls this design over here delta wing. And towards the end, there's this very subtle ducktail. But is it enough to generate downforce? The party trick here are these two panels on left and right. These are active arrows that automatically deploys at speeds from 60 to 300 kilometers per hour. And it can generate up to 50 kilograms of downforce at 250 kilometers per hour.
Such active aero system is the first on the front-engine V12 Ferrari. I know what you're thinking though. No, they don't operate independently, but in tandem. With this design, you get more space in the trunk, but the drawback is the additional weight. On the topic of extra weight, the roof of the Spider only takes 14 seconds to retract, which can be operated at speed up to 45 kilometers per hour.
Now, it is worth mentioning that this car now comes with soft close. As for the interior design, it looks very familiar. It is from the Purosangue with the dual cockpit design. Your passenger gets a screen, and also, instead of a rising control knob right in the middle, you now get a third screen, which is nice to have. As for the driver, a very beautiful curved screen with everything you need and is controlled through this touch-sensitive steering wheel. But thankfully, the Manettino switch is still mechanical. In the middle, you get these H-gated gear controls and this tunnel design as well.
There's an extensive use of sustainable Alcantara with 65% recycled polyester. A 1600-watt 15-speaker Burmeister audio system is available as an option for you to complete your Grand Tourer.
Now this is called the Cofango, or basically clamshell. It opens elegantly to show you what's inside. Now that is basically an endangered species. It is a 6.5 litre naturally aspirated V12 that revs up to 9,500 RPM. It is mated to a 8-speed dual-clutch gearbox, which is a first for a front-mounted V12 production Ferrari, and it makes 830 horsepower and 678 Newton meters of torque. It gets you from 0 to 100 in just 2.9 seconds, 0 to 200 in just 7.9 seconds.
In order to achieve revs up to 9,500 RPM, which it can, the focus was on reducing weight and inertia of the engine's component, with the use of titanium con rods, aluminium alloy for pistons, rebalanced crankshaft, and also valve train with sliding finger followers derived from Ferrari F1 cars. The sliding finger followers with diamond-like carbon coating reduces friction and improves efficiency. Ferrari's patented aspirated torque shaping, or ATS, allows torque curves to be shaped especially in third and fourth gear, which translates to a feeling of never-ending acceleration and power delivery. You can enjoy 80% of max torque from as low as 2,500 RPM. The 8-speed dual-clutch gearbox offers 5% shorter gear ratios, 12% increase in torque, and 30% faster in shifting. When it comes to vehicle dynamics, the Ferrari 12Cilindri is equipped with the latest Maranello has to offer: ABS Evo with 6-way chassis dynamic sensor, virtual short wheelbase 3.0, side slit control version 8, and aspirated torque shaping. Just like the 812 Competizione, it comes with 4-wheel independent steering, where the rear wheels are able to steer independently.
So, how much for this Ferrari 12Cilindri? It costs 345,000 euros. As for the Spider, it is about 10% more.
Delivery of the Coupe can be as soon as Q4 2024 in Europe, while the Spider will be later in 2025. So, what do you think of the Ferrari 12Cilindri? Leave a comment below.